All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick eWorks demo here. If you're using the teacher portal, this screen looks familiar to you because you need teacher portal to use eWorks. So this is the opening screen of the teacher portal or the student portal, and I'm going to show you both and how eWorks dovetails into them. This is the opening screen of the teacher portal. I'm going to sign in as a fictional teacher here. So you can see our teacher's name is John. His name is up in the upper right-hand corner. These are the classes that John teaches. I'm going to open the class in which he has incorporated eWorks activities. If we open his student lister, we can see his students' names and so on. If you're using Teacher Portal, this looks very familiar. But the thing that John has that you won't have are these graduation cap icons next to each student's name. If John were to click on a graduation cap icon, we can see all of the eWorks functions that he can do here. He can now eWorks is a result of a partnership between CASAS and AlignMark. So in order for students to use the AlignMark features, the AlignMark soft skills features, John needs to enroll them with AlignMark. So he does that here. And we can see that this student has their AlignMark credentials, so they're good to go. The other thing John can do is see an eWorks profile. So when a student has taken reading assessment, math assessments, critical thinking, problem solving, and various soft skills assessments, they get a score and they get descriptors related to those scores. So they can see where they need work and what they need to work on. The other thing John can do, if there's a little C next to that graduation cap, that means that student qualifies for a certificate. So here's one of the certificates this student qualifies for. It shows their reading, math, customer care, and personal qualities level. And on the back side of the certificate is that same profile that I showed you earlier. Sometimes students will take this to job interviews, or if they're not doing that, they still become familiar with this language. This is business language, and the result of a lot of conversations with businesses. And we find that students, when they see this profile or when they see this certificate, they're more prepared for job interviews, and they have an idea what to say and what to put on their resumes. So these are some of the things these aren't all the things that John does in the teacher portal for eWorks, but most of them he does with the graduation cap icon. I'm going to go ahead and go to John's portal here. We're going to log into the student portal. So it's the same home screen, but now we're going to log in as a student to see what the student portal looks like. So the student goes into the student portal, and there's a number of things they can do here. But for right now, we're just thinking about eWorks. So the student's going to click on eWorks, and they can see their scores, their levels for the various modalities. The first time the student comes here, of course, they won't have customer care and personal quality because they wouldn't have taken those assessments yet. But this student has. She's been in and out of here a few times, and she can see the same profile here that John can see. So she can see where her levels are and where she needs work. So if she wants to take a soft skills test, she can click on this blue button here, and that takes her straight to the AlignMark website. She doesn't need to log in again as long as her teacher has gotten her the AlignMark credentials. So here she can take some courses, she can take a soft skills assessment, and she can see after she's taken an assessment, she can see a development plan. We're going to go ahead and look at the assessment here. There's a customer care assessment and a personal qualities assessment. Each one is about 30 minutes long, and each one consists of a series of short videos. The student watches videos of workplace situations, and they need to make a choice what to do in the situation. So I'm going to show you a brief video. There we go. This is the end of the previous question. They get 30 seconds to choose the best and the worst option out of 4 options. So when the timer runs out, then another situation will start, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. It's a short video. The student is given 4 options, and they get to choose the best and the worst of their 4 options. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the sound. If not, then I'll talk you through it while it's playing. Can you guys hear the sound? Can somebody give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yes,
Tom
we
and
do.
Mary are customer service representatives in a busy
Sorry about that. Did you say you could hear the sound, Lori?
Yes.
Great. Okay, here we go.
call center. Tom is on the phone with a customer that will take 5 more minutes to finish. Mary is dealing with a very difficult customer.
Sir, if you'll just... Sir, excuse me, but Sir, I'm sorry, but... Sir, please hold. Tom, I just can't deal with this guy anymore. He's not listening. He won't let me say a word. I'm just not going to listen to him anymore.
Which one of the following actions do you think is best, and which one is worst? A. Place your customer on hold and offer to help Mary's.
Ma'am, do you mind if I put you on hold for just a moment? Thank you. Mary, just a second. Let me see if there's anything I can do to help you out. Sir, is there anything I can do to help you?
B. Place your customer on hold and tell Mary to get her supervisor to take the call.
Ma'am, do you mind if I just put you on hold for just a moment? Thank you. Mary, just get your supervisor to finish up your call.
C. Continue your call, then pick up Mary's.
Mary, I'll take your call in just a couple of minutes, okay? Ma'am, I just need a few more pieces of information from you.
D. Tell your customer that an emergency has come up. Promise to call her right back, then take Mary's call.
Ma'am, an emergency has come up that I must deal with. Can you give me your phone number and I'll be sure to give you a call right back? Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Which one of the following actions do you think is best, and which one is worst?
So this is what the students do. They watch the video, they make their choices. Each of the assessments is about 30 minutes long and consists of 14 short videos like that. And that's how we assess their soft skills. Once they take their soft skills assessments, they can look at that profile and see where they need work, and they can choose a course under My Courses based on where they need more work. For instance, if this student didn't do so well in the first area, they could click Take a Course, and they'll see more scenarios, and they make a choice what to do in this situation, and then the system gives them feedback to let them know if that was a good choice or not a good choice. They also have access to a development plan, which sort of breaks down the skills that they need to work on, gives them some activities to help them develop those skills, and even options for them to develop a time frame for completing those skills. So these are some of the things that teachers and students have access to in eWorks. There's also a number of resources available on the CASAS website, materials for teachers to use in a classroom. If you want to, in addition to these online soft skills courses, we find many teachers want to have in-person instruction and make the class sort of a hybrid where the student has online instruction and in-person instruction. There's also a soft skill, an employer survey on the CASAS website. Some schools start with the survey to find out what employers are looking for in terms of soft skills. And then they assess their students or provide instruction to their students based on what they find from employers. So this is basically what eWorks looks like in terms of how it dovetails with the teacher portal, the student portal, and so on. I think I'm about done here unless somebody has a quick question. And you can always reach out to me. My email address is eWorks@casas.org. And I'll go ahead and stop sharing here.
So one of the questions, Paul, was just they wanted to know if they could go in as Rolling Hill so they could look around.
We don't have that yet, but we're working on it.
Okay.
But I'm happy to give you a longer demo for you or anybody at your school anytime.
Paul, why don't you put your
yes,
email in the chat? And then also a question, do you have an example of an employer survey?
Yeah, well, eWorks@casas.org. I put that in the chat box. Yeah, let me go ahead and share again. Shall I share again?
Oh, sure. Sorry, what are you? Oh,
yeah. So let me go back to the CASAS. Let me go to the CASAS website for you and show that to you. So on the CASAS website, CASAS.org. You can click on eWorks, and you can click on eWorks resources. And under the resources, there's the eWorks, the employer survey. So the survey is here. It's 4 pages long. There's a page for the customer care skills. These are the same descriptors that are on the profile or on the certificate. So the employer is asked to pick the ones that are most important. So there's one for the personal qualities skills, the one for the customer care skills, as well as a page for reading levels and math levels. So we ask the employer to choose the important skills that they're looking for, the reading level that's necessary for that job, and the math level required for that job. And we can use that information to develop our instruction based on what the employer is looking for. So this survey is on the CASAS website, on the CASAS resources page. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat too. CASAS website. Let me grab this link, and then I'll put that in the chat box.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate it. And thank you for your great
you.
presentation.